Hi everyone. This video is going to talk about what we do when you really can't draw a triangle, and that happens at quadrantal angles, which is when your terminal side of your rotation ends up on either the x or the y axis. Let's find the cosine of 90 degrees. Like we've been doing, let's draw the rotation in the circle. I know that 90 degrees is straight up, the positive y-axis, and since we're in the unit circle, the radius is 1, so the coordinates of this point is 0, 1. All I need to remember is that on the unit circle, the cosine is the x-coordinate, so therefore the cosine of 90 degrees is 0. It really is that simple if you have that understanding of cosine of theta and sine of theta as x and y coordinates on the unit circle. Let's do cotangent of 180 degrees. Same thing, draw the rotation on the circle. 180 degrees is directly to the left on the negative x-axis. Since the radius of my unit circle is 1, that puts it at the coordinate -1, 0. And since I know tangent of theta is y divided by x, cotangent of theta will be its reciprocal, x divided by y. Therefore, the cotangent of 180 degrees would be found by dividing -1 by 0, but since we're not allowed to divide by 0, this expression is undefined. For one last example, let's do the secant, cosecant, and cotangent for 270 degrees. Once again, I'm going to draw the rotation. 270 degrees is straight down on the negative y-axis, and since we have a unit circle with a radius of 1, the coordinates of the terminal point are 0, -1. Secant is cosine's reciprocal, and the cosine is the x-coordinate on the unit circle, so the reciprocal of 0, we would be doing just 1 divided by 0, and since we cannot do that, the secant of 270 degrees will be undefined. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, and on the unit circle, the sine is the y value, so since the sine of 270 degrees will be -1. The reciprocal of that will also be -1. Therefore, the cosecant of 270 degrees is -1. And finally, for the cotangent, as we saw in the last slide, we find the cotangent by dividing the x by the y. So this will just be 0 divided by -1. And notice this one's not undefined, this one is 0, because 0 divided by any number is just 0. So therefore the cotangent of 270 degrees is 0. Again, the most important thing for being able to do these is knowing that definition on the unit circle. On a unit circle, the cosine is the x-coordinate and the sine is the y-coordinate. That should hopefully give you a good overview of how to find trigonometric values of any special angle using reference angles of 0, 30, 45, 60, or 90 degrees. Anything else, pretty much, you would use a calculator to approximate. But these values can all be found exactly.